then nobody's gonna.
Oh, that's too bad.
Using both stepping and tower like a robot. That chair just grabbed that without anybody by her.
Take this, jungle buff. Please.
What's disappointing is their whole team's really weak. So I could totally get somebody in the brink. So if my team helps me. Some machine's coming down. Whoa, I lagged into the tower! I did not mean to go into the tower. To back up, I'm super low.
Here comes the surrender.
Thanks. Such strength.
An enemy has been slain.
At least I can get the life still from. Oh, I can't believe I have cover now. He says, no, back at you.
Carry me, team. Why are
Good.
you afraid of us?
Now I'm really close to my ult. Don't worry about that. Just get this tower. I have fast attacks. So fast attacks.
Let's do this.
Nice little hit on the capital. Oh, she's such a freaking sneaky boy. I'm gonna die here. Got one. One on the
Everyone
dive.
look away.
I think me and Zing were the only one to actually die. You guys are just standing outside the tower. They still are. There's a perfect opportunity to kill at least 2 or 3 of them.
Can you just AFK under the tower?
Which one? Rings for sure. Demonic Grip.
Why am I so good at the game?
Demonic Grip
What are
adds
you
75
even
magical power and increases my attack speed by 30.
Why am I
And
so good
reduces
at
my
the
target's
game?
magical protection by
Lol,
10%.
they're all dead.
For
They
3
shoulda
seconds.
used code wiki.
Max 3 stacks. Beautiful. Penetration essentially with attack speed. So that's going to help out with the Jormungandr. And their Kumbhakarna. Those are the 2 tanks on their
Your
team.
middle tower is under attack.
And I think he might try to suicide the tower, so let's stop that. I got one hit. I'm gonna go up. Oh, I shot him. Just to get him out of my way. Look at that. Where's my team at? Why am I going up here?
Slap those cheeks.
Get out of there, 'cause I'm super weak.
An enemy has been slain.
Your middle tower has been destroyed.
I wish Chibulanke, the guy that was shooting behind me, would focus the gods.
Carry me, team.
That was bad. I get a lot of health from
enemy
the
has
tanking
been
this because of my
slain.
life still.
Carry me, team. Deicide.
A mighty sword! Destroyed a middle enemy tower.
Let's focus Phoenix. least he kind of saved me.
An enemy has been
I
slain.
think the tower's gonna kill me. Nope. I'm good.
Brethren,
I blinked into it. Oh man.
Yeah.
I teleported right into his ult.
Why am I so good at the game?
So then I'm gonna get telekinesis from next, more attack speed, and basically just more true damage.
Good at the game.
So that's
Carry me, team. An enemy has been slain. Let's go, baby.
Such strength. To the victor go the spoils.
good.
How unfortunate.
that's too bad.
Get the teamwork. The next cube. More combinations. I think that's a combination for everybody. That's good. Let me see my profile real quick. No, it's accommodations. Because I want to get that skin. Oh, it's not a skin chest. Or it's not a skin anymore. They changed it to a champion chest. Oh, there, they popped up. I guess I already got it. That makes sense, because I was wondering. I had like 2 skin boosters, and they came from out of nowhere. And I was confused. Resets in 12 days. I wonder if I can make it all the way. Doubt it. Where am I on the battle pass? How long do I have on that? 6 days remaining. I'm at level 44 out of 60, so I don't think I'll get all the way to 60. See, I was gonna buy it if I could. If I was gonna get pretty close to 60, I was gonna buy it, but I don't think I will. What just happened? Did I deny the queue? I don't remember denying the queue. So, I think I'm just gonna queue in the next one. I don't want to do Joust. I think I'll do Arena. Yeah. I don't know if I want to do Conquest. Conquest right now is a little bit comfy. I'm not in the mood for some Conquest. Let's pull in the charger. There we go. Yeah, I'm not too sure what happened. I'm pretty sure I pressed accept. I might have hit escape as the queue popped. Could have backed me out. Let's see what everybody goes. I guess it's a rumor and you don't have to worry too much about what everybody goes. Nobody wants to tank, that's fine, I'm not going to tank either. We're going to go Mulan. So we got 2 hunters, we got a mage, we got a tanky. Would it be wise to go assassin in arena? I don't know if it would. If they go Cerberus, I'll go warrior. Or maybe I'll go mage actually. Cerberus is a fine tank on their own. We could use more area of effect. Good Culkin's fun too.
Kukulkan.
I like the skin. What is it? It's a... It doesn't really say, it just says skin. Cuckoo? Cuckoo skin? And I think what I want to do first is... I'm not going to get a starter item. It's not really good to get a starter item in this game mode. It's kind of pointless. I might just build boots and get like Chronos Pendant or something like that. And what Chronos Pendant does is it gives me extra cooldown. So I could pop my abilities more. And it also gives me mana regeneration. A lot of it. And a lot of power. It's a really well-rounded item because it gives you 80 magical power.
Finally, this is my
good.
type of
It's like
battle.
mid-tier.
Prepare to be
I
winded.
think the most powerful one that gives you the most power is Ratatouille, 160. With the Soul Reaver with 100. So Chronos Pendant's not as high. Oh, it's 100. I remember it being 80. So 100 was pretty good. There's that magical regen, MP5, mana per 5 seconds. And 20% cooldown reduction. It's pretty good. But what we'll do is we're gonna start with the boots.
That'll do nicely.
And I'm gonna start 4 counts on this one. And then I'll get Bancroft Stone or something like that. Something with lifesteal. And this is arena. They don't really have any Ares, so I got this. And what this does, it's called beads. If Ares or anybody grabs you with a hard crowd control, they'll break you free.
You are going nowhere.
I completely missed that. Nobody likes my tornadoes. They're so annoying. Got the heal on us. Is that a bear in the hill? No, that's a Scylla. It was nice. He got me with most of those. Oh, he's really pushing me.
First blood.
Can't believe I survived that. Could've played in the
Ultimate
boots.
is ready!
I feel the strength in me building.
Very, very nice. Get their back line of defense here with that tornado, so it kind of scares him
Carry
away.
me, T.
Breaks his defense, breaks his backup.
Oh, good one!
And then we're gonna pay attention, and we're gonna see if we could steal their camps when they spawn. I hit him before he TP'd. And Ares hasn't ulted yet, but he has it. So we're gonna kind of
What are you even doing?
There it is.
Smell my double kill? Can you just AFK under the tower?
I think I hit a couple of them.
been slain.
Be right back.
Okay, this way, but then let me go get my mana. Guess I'll just back. So that way I can look at the menu. Chronos Pen. Almost there. Something out of Fountain. Dude, that one kind of missed all the minions. That's bad. I think camps are about to come up. About 15 seconds in them. Now, I could have popped an ability there, but it wasn't necessary. We had to get clear.
Why am I so good at the game?
Oh, there's her second ult.
Double kill.
She's in the three of them. That'd be amazing to see a Penta kill off a solo ult like that. Every time she
Oh, baby,
she like
it's a triple.
raises her tentacles
They are getting
and smashes down, and
bamboozled.
if she kills somebody, she gets to do it again. So she could theoretically just keep doing it if she aims it right. And it's a really powerful attack.
Free your soul.
That's
An
really weird
enemy
of there
has
is.
been slain.
So let's attack,
Attack left lane. Attack right lane.
get everything done.
Attack left lane.
Pulling back.
I'm gonna get my mana. And that Chronos point is really helping out. My clear.
Everyone look away.
Attack left lane.
I mean, I called it out. We needed to clear our camps. But my
You
team
are
was
trolling.
wanting to go back to Fountain for some reason.
Why am I
Not
so
coming
good
this way.
at the game?
Kind of scared him into a corner. Now what we need to do is we need to really suppress that Scylla. She's doing some heavy damage to us.
Carry me,
Nice,
bitch.
Cerberus got it. Need to get out of there. Cerberus is doing some damage, I'll tell you what. So...
I feel the strength in me
Nobody else has
building.
that, right? Some do more action. Do more grants me. Oh, I can't forget my relic. Might as well just do it now. I think what I'm gonna do is get some speed. I just want to be very fast. I want my escape.
It's time. Free your soul. An enemy has been slain.
There's that Scylla down. That's gonna help out a lot. I think next I'll upgrade my.
Ally has been slain.
I guess it's just damage I need to worry about. Oh, there
Has
she
been
is.
slain.
Killed me.
Double kill. They can't handle the 5-head plays. That is
I
unfortunate.
think it's actually gonna be raw.
That'll do nice.
Hey Foibles, how's it going? I'm playing some Smite right now. How's your day going? What you been up to? A little stressful. We got very strong magic dealer on the field that's just suppressing us pretty hard. So I'm trying to focus her. I don't know where she went. Glad to see I'm still alive after last night. Yeah, I took a beating. That was a crazy game. I had a feeling, like, despite it being 0-2, that Dash Green would still somehow win against us. And I missed. And I'm dead.
You have been
He's
slain.
very good. Oh, the game's very low. Oh, I do have it set all the way up, don't I? Put it about right there. How about now? Yeah, but I was saying I had a feeling it was, I barely come out of fountain and just get hit like that. I had a feeling it was going to be a tough game. I think what could have helped against Dash Green is, I think we just both, instead of going economy, we would just have to rush him with warriors and, like, just warriors and slingers immediately. Like, you either kill him in, like, the first 50 turns or you don't kill him at all. Yeah, for sure. It's tough playing multiplayer with him knowing that he's gonna win. I'm all for learning. Like, I do agree that you learn when you lose, but I mean, you don't learn when you always lose. They're just so powerful. Maybe I'll kill her. Yeah, I killed her. Hit her with a tornado. It does damage over time.
Why am I so good at the game?
You don't know how to break it to him? I mean, you could always just be like, I mean, just be straight up with him. There's no way to sugarcoat it. I'm sure he'll understand. Oh, and I died getting into my... They're really just doing a number on us right now. I think you just be straight up with him, be like, it's nothing personal, but
Triple kill.
I want to play a community game with everybody, you know, where we know somebody else besides you can win. Or you could create tiers, like you could categorize everybody by skill. I mean, that's kind of a weird idea too, because if you categorize him as, like, you know, pro tier, nobody else is going to be in that tier, honestly. So you could say we're having a amateur tier night and it just doesn't include him. He's like the only pro. So that'd be kind of weird.
What are you even doing?
Did I hit some? Yeah, I hit some, but there's nobody there to kill him. Am I top damage? No, Hunter is. Yeah, he's just very good. And that's going to be my deck. She's so powerful. You also don't want to sound like a dick. Yeah, I mean... it's a tough one because there really is just no other way to stay it. Maybe being sideways and not up front is more of a dick move than just being straight with him. That might be more of a dick move. Or you could also just make it to where it's like you want maximum of 4 players and just kind of like first come first serve if he doesn't like claim it. But he's pretty responsive to Discord, so he might claim it. Oh, this is so messy. They're so powerful.
Can you just AFK under the tower?
Got a couple of them. Can we follow it up? This is our push. Nobody's gonna get a kill. This Ares is gonna get away. Oh, that's it. I'm gonna get out of here before I get killed. Yeah, but it would be kind of nice to have a match, you know, just with people that aren't so good. Not that it's not fun, it's always fun, but I mean around turn 100 it's like, yeah, the game's over. I'm kind of tired. Just kind of want to back out now, but I don't want to leave. It's kind of just like one of those things. But you know, I don't think you're the only one that feels that way. I'm sure like some other people might agree with that too, so. But it is important to make Dash not feel unwelcome. I hate this little speed lag jump that happens. Oh, and he's gone. I think he's going to try to ult. You only use that blink when you're about to do an ultimate. I hit them all. I need to get out of here. Oh man. We need to keep pushing them. Nice. That'll be for me. I mean, when do you think we'll do the next community multiplayer night? Or you could just kind of, you know, you could also be real and kind of comical at the same time. You could just be like, I need a dash break after the next round. Who's down or something like that? Like, who wants to play another multiplayer night? But I think we definitely need a dash break for once. I think he'll laugh and be like, yeah. I'm just completely stuck. See, that's the magic dealer. That's just, she'll come in on you and just destroy you. Yeah, maybe next week. What is today? Wednesday? Maybe we could even get one together Thursday if you're playing it. Because I mean, the Tuesday night multiplayer wasn't really like a big planned multiplayer. It was more of like a spontaneous 1v1 me type thing. I'm gonna get this damage cap. Oh, she stepped into my tornado. It's actually kind of funny. Oh man, that's not good. Nice. Got Izanami. I need to be careful. Wow, he hit me with one thing and it slapped me to death. That's unfortunate. I mean, if you're down like Thursday or Friday night, you should post it in the Discord sooner than later. I'd be down. I'd be down for another one. As long as it's not too hard. You feel me? That's such a weird pop of the attack potion. Oh, I almost died. Yeah, they're gonna win. It's 12-64 right now. She freezes me and kills me. That's kind of unfair how strong she is. Freeze and then hit once and you're dead. There's no point. 5 left. Yeah, that's it. I wish I could have seen the stats better. Wonder who won. Or who got the most damage. Of course we know who won. I went 5-19, that was good. But I didn't feed like this Baron, went 2-10, wow. See, I did 21,000 damage. Their Scylla, of course, like 45. What are their Scylla build? Really, really damage. I'll do the random god mode. I'm pretty tired. I played balloons like for 6 hours of the day. It was nice though. I gained like 5 or 6 followers. For 6 followers, it's pretty good. Trying to make my way to 50. I'm kind of hungry. Might want to make a burger later. Oh, it's 2 times worshippers. Now through Thursday. That's cool. Ooh. Alright, here we go. That leveled me up. Level 45 now. I clicked accept, so let's see what it does. If it counts down to 0 and puts me in a match. Okay, cool. Last time it didn't, and I was left sitting there.
Zeus!
Oh, Zeus. Very, very nice. Zeus is so fun to play, especially in Assault. Oh, I know everybody's gonna want Zeus, so I don't feel bad saying no, we don't trade. Some of these skins are cool. This skin's cool too. I don't have it though. Yeah. I might do this one. He looks immortal. Nah, I've been getting crappy gods in this game mode on the random roll, so I'm keeping Zeus, because Zeus is fun. Oh, yeah. You should watch Barles' VOD from yesterday. Like the very last minute of it. What he says is really funny. I'm not going to spoil it. If you're interested, you should check it out.
Today I fight not for Olympus, but for myself. These immortals must be shown the order of things.
So, what is the first item I get? It might be Doom Orb.
My bolts will strike with great fury.
Movement speed, so I don't have to worry too much about having boots to move faster. They got a Baron and an Odin. Artemis got Phantom Veil, so we'll be able to go through Odin's ultimate ability. Oh, you're good. Welcome back. I don't know if you heard me, but I was like, you should check out Barles' VOD last night. Like the last minute of his VOD. Right before he ended his stream, he says something really funny. I don't want to spoil it. Just, I think it's kind of funny. Alright, let's do this. Got Phantom Veil, I got beads because I don't want to get caught up in that Baron ult. I know he's going to focus me because I'm the damage dealer on the team. Nice. Get that damage going right away. That was not good for them. Oh my. I was able to put my storm cloud above all of them and get a static electricity charge on them.
What are you even doing?
Ooh, and then I shocked him to death while they were retreating. Yeah, he said something.
Ally has been slain.
That was weird. That was awkward. That was awkward. I threw my static charge before I threw anything else.
Can you just AFK under the tower?
That's not good. I heard his ult. Did he use his ult? I heard it. That'd have been epic. Thank you. He was being a meanie. I'll say that. He's being a meanie. But in a funny way. Neith jumped into Cupid's ult. I was wondering what happened. Oh, I got so close to hitting him. Oh.
Smell my
Yeah, that was nice.
triple kill.
Triple kill. Easy. PogChamp. Yeah, it was at the end of the stream. Oh, I can't tank that. Look at my health go away.
Carry me, see? You are trolling.
I'm doing actually really well. I don't want to get too close. I can't tank this. I can't die. Can't afford it.
An enemy
Nice
has
kills.
been slain.
Very nice kills. Oh, he's coming for me.
Retreat!
So she's pinging this buff right here on the ground. If you pick it up with all your allies near it, it starts healing your health and your mana.
Ultimate is ready!
At the end of Barrows' stream, he really sounded like a stream dad.
Carry me, see? Why am I so good at the game?
At least I killed him.
That is
Whenever Baron ults, I'm going to be annoying and I'm going to place down my ultimate so that way he's kind of stuck in his ultimate while my lightning's hitting him.
an enemy has been slain. Double kill. Why am I so good at the game?
Am I level 12 yet? Damn, I'm not. Stand by. Standing by. 10-4.
Under the tower.
Unfortunate for them, I was able to get more items now. So if they thought I was strong before, I'm even stronger.
Attack middle tower! Attack middle tower!
Me. Had to tab out.
Ultimate is ready!
Steady, lad.
Ooh, I'm kind of scared. I need healing as well, bro. I don't want to go. That sounds like a trap. Oh, I guess I should have went. Oh my god, my static charge is just really taking all their health away. We're doing this, boys. I forgot what button to press. Oh, just outside of it.
An ally has been slain. Slap those cheating. Catch these hands. Why am I
Don't
so
face
good?
me, Robin. I will frag
Can you just
you.
AFK under the
It hasn't
tower?
gone good for you once facing me like that. Why is he doing this?
You are trolling.
Falling back.
An ally has been
Oh
slain.
no.
Carry me, G.
I step away for 1 minute and my team just gets destroyed.
An enemy
Yeah, I thought because he raided me last night, so I was just curious. I was like, well, what did he say before he raided me? What he was like, stand by, or no, he's like, let's make Foibles jealous. He's got enough love from us. I thought it was kind of funny.
An enemy has been slain. It's not even a challenge. Look,
In Foibles
they're all dead.
fashion,
They should have used code weak.
or in Barl's fashion. You should definitely clip it and be like, so Barls, I have something to talk to you about, and just name the clip something like inconspicuous so he doesn't know right away, and be like, what's this? Just call him out on it. That's funny.
Destroy the little enemy phoenix.
That's totally clip worthy too. Oh, I'm low health. I am very, very low health. Very, very low health.
Retreat. Falling back.
Why am I so good at the game?
I'm on it.
So in this game, you could communicate via like in-game voice system. You just like type a combination of buttons. Oh yeah, this Baron's dead.
Why am I so good at the game?
Attack!
Oh yeah, my attacks are so strong. I almost feel bad for them. 10 and 1. I'm 10 and 1. That's so beautiful.
Can you just AFK under the tower?
Oh, there's my second death. That's alright. I'm gonna come back with so many items, they're not gonna know what happened to him. I'm gonna make him cry. Kinda need to use the bathroom.
Retreat! Retreat!
Now I might get this just to deal with that Odin. The Spear of Desolation is just penetration. You know what I really have been craving or wanting to play is some Divinity. I haven't tested it out, running OBS with Divinity on yet, but I'm sure I could handle it. But I haven't played Divinity in a while. I have a run in Divinity that's pretty far, but I'm thinking I just might restart. I might restart it. So I might get Phantom as well. But it's also fun to play Divinity with other people.
Can you just AFK under the tower?
The tower survived with one hit. Holy. The tower literally has one hit left. I can't believe. You have the clip, what should you call it? Be like,
Why am I so good at the game?
I don't know.
My double kill?
Barrows has an aneurysm? Something weird. I got caught.
You have been
Barles has an aneurysm. Did Barles have a stroke? Question mark. I'm surprised they're pushing back like this. What is Artemis doing?
Your middle tower is under attack.
They are getting bamboozled.
I guess they're buying something. No, we're not going to surrender. Why do people do that?
Tower has been destroyed. Group up! Group up!
I'm going to say defend.
Defend! I'm returning your middle.
You are
That Odin did a great job at tanking.
I'm returning middle lane. Your middle Phoenix has been destroyed.
Why am I so good at the game? Why am I so good at the game? Deicide.
You rock. You roll. Thunder attack.
Barles, we need to talk. That works too.
An enemy has been slain.
I can't believe we lost. With how I went 10 and 4, I did so much damage. My team just wasn't there. I need backup, yo. Yeah, I don't think he... I'm happy too, of course. I don't think he meant anything serious off that. But yeah, it was pretty cool to be rated. Everybody got to see me die, which was kind of like that it was kind of unfortunate. They all came in when I'm getting like railed by Dash Green. It's kind of funny. But at least they knew everything. And then I told them about the multi-stream link, so I'm sure they were watching both of us. Oh man, that was a toughie. Oh, come on, get out of the way! Wow. So like after every match in this game, there's this annoying animation of, hey, you upgraded your battle pass, let me take 5 seconds to do the animation. And it just made me miss the next queue for the next game. This is queue is not currently active for Assault. What? I've never seen that before. That's really weird. Assault mode's off. They turned Assault off. What the heck? I don't know what that's about. Maybe I'll just play Conquest then. But only if I could be... See, if I do support, I'm probably going to get support, which I don't want. Have you ever played Overwatch before? It's a pretty fun game. I would say it's pretty comparable to this. Not as convoluted. Certainly not as convoluted. There's no items that you need to buy when you die. Stuff like that. The heroes are pretty straightforward. Everybody has 3 attacks. It's pretty fun. It's like a 5v5. You pick your hero that has 3 attacks and you just kind of hold the control zone. Definitely worth a try. I think you could run it too. I have actually never seen you play any type of MOBA or first-person shooter before. Are you even into FPS games like Counter-Strike? Is that your... Do you have a history with those? You were in the past. What game did you used to play? You should definitely get back into them. I would love to see a Foibles FPS stream. That'd be pretty awesome. Who knows? Maybe you'll do very, very good in it. Battlefield. Like if you try one of the newer FPS games like Modern Warfare. Your systems can't really handle the new FPS games. Kind of true. I feel like, couldn't you buy a FPS game on the Xbox and just do what you do with like GTA and just kind of stream it over? You could do like Modern Warfare on the Xbox or something like that. Or I'm sure your computer could handle any what do you call them? E-sport game like Counter-Strike. You think you need to upgrade your Xbox to play Modern Warfare? Do you have the original black one? Because that's the only reason I would see you'd even need to upgrade your Xbox. Oh, you have the original black one. Does it have trouble running GTA? It seems fine. I mean, if your Xbox can run GTA, which is pretty crazy processor intensive, I'm sure it can run anything else. Because GTA is a pretty strenuous game in itself. I mean, it is the same chipset. It is the same system. It's just a smaller form factor. I think yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird because the new Xbox One S has an integrated power brick. Halo, that would be really fun. I have Halo the Master Chief Collection. I'd be down to play that sometime. Right now on PC, though, they only have Halo Reach and they only have Halo 1. on Xbox they have all of them out in the collection. Yeah, to the Xbox One X, or you could just no problem. You could just always wait till the Series X. But good luck putting your boy to bed. Hopefully he goes right to bed.
Now I can go home.
Did I miss the cue? That's funny. Don't want to forget this cue. Oh, it's so funny. Conquest. I got support, which I didn't roll for. Okay. Okay. What are we gonna do? What do you want to do? Who are you gonna do? Who are you gonna carry? An Uller?
Groovy. Cuba Carla.
What? That was so laggy. Oh man, hold up. What is going on? Are the servers down? What is going on? There's nobody online right now to play multi with. Let's just go into scroll. And I'll open a window. Just watch some YouTube. Because I'm going to get off pretty soon, so I'll just watch YouTube for 30 minutes. Kind of fun. See what's going on in trending. I'm actually very curious about this.
Hi. Unfortunately, we had to cancel the talk that we had planned for GDC. But we do have some super exciting news about PS5. And who better to bring that to you than the one and only Mark Cerny. Without further ado, over to you, Mark.
Thank you, Jim. There will be lots of chances later on this year to look at the PlayStation 5 games. Today, I want to talk a bit about our goals for the PlayStation 5 hardware and how they influenced the development of the console. I think you all know I'm a big believer in console generations. Once every 5 or 6 or 7 years, a console arrives with
Maybe I'll just
substantially
actually
new
do it like
capabilities.
this.
There's a lot of learning
That's
by the
kind of
game
early, too.
developers, hopefully not too overwhelming, and soon there's games that could never have been
naked.
created before. Now, it used to be that as a console designer, you'd somehow intuit what would be the best set of capabilities for the new console, and then build it in complete secrecy. For the PlayStation consoles, that period lasted through PlayStation 3, a powerful and groundbreaking console, but also one that caused quite a lot of heartache, as it was initially difficult to develop games for. So, starting with PlayStation 4, we've taken a different approach, roughly centered around 3 principles. The first of these is listening to the developers, which is to say that a lot of what we put into a console derives directly from the needs and aspirations of the game creators. We definitely do have some ideas of our own, but at the core of our philosophy for designing consoles is that game players are here for the fantastic games, which is to say that game creators matter. Anything we can do to make life easier for the game creators or help them realize their dreams, we will do. So, about once every 2 years, I take a tour of the industry. I go to the various developers and publishers, sit down, and discuss how they're doing with the current consoles and what they'd like to see in future consoles. This requires weeks on the road, as reaching the bulk of the game creators involves talking to well over 100 people at something like 24 publishers and developers. And it is incredibly valuable. By the way, the feature most requested by the developers, that was an SSD, which we were very happy to put in the hardware, but a lot of problem solving was required. I'll be doing a deep dive on the SSD and surrounding systems later on in this talk. It's also key to make a generational leap while keeping the console sufficiently familiar to game developers. I think about this in terms of balancing evolution and revolution. Now, to me, the SSD really is the key to the next generation. It's a game changer. And it was the #1 ask from developers for PlayStation 5. I want to focus in on just one number here, which is how long it takes to load a gigabyte of data from a hard drive. A gigabyte is very roughly 20 seconds to load from a hard drive. Now, a gigabyte is not much data. Games are using 5 or 6 gigabytes of RAM on PlayStation 4, so boot times and load times can get pretty grim. All of that leads to the dream. What if we could have not just an SSD, but a blindingly fast SSD? If we could load 5 gigabytes
That is
a
a
second
ton
from
of
it,
gigabytes.
what would change?
A second?
As for time to load a gigabyte, this is next gen we're talking about, so memory is bigger. Instead, we should be asking how long to load 2 gigabytes. And the answer is about 1/4 of a second. I mean, that's amazing. We're talking 2 orders of magnitude, meaning very roughly 100 times faster. Which means at 5 gigabytes a second for the SSD, the potential is that the game boots in a second. There are no load screens. The game just fades down while loading a half dozen gigabytes and fades back up again. Same for a reload. You're immediately back in the action after you die. And fast travel becomes so fast, you blink and you miss it. The primary reason for an ultra-fast SSD is that it gives the game designer freedom. Almost all of us in the room have experienced this, maybe in different ways. Say we're making an adventure game and we have 2 rich environments where we each want enough textures and models to fill memory, which you can do as long as you have a long staircase or elevator ride or a windy corridor where you can ditch the old assets and then take 30 seconds or so to load the new assets. So when I talked about the dream of an SSD, part of the reason for that 5 gigabyte a second target was to eliminate loads, but also part of the reason for that target was streaming. As in, what if the SSD is so fast that as the player is turning around, it's possible to load textures for everything behind the player in that split second? If you figure that it takes half a second to turn, that's 4 gigabytes of compressed data you can load. That sounds about right for next gen. And finally, I'm sure many of you have noticed that after a patch download, the PlayStation 4 will sometimes take a long time to install the patch. That's because when just part of a file has been changed, the new data can be downloaded pretty quickly. But before the game boots up, a brand new file has to be constructed that includes the changed portion. With an SSD, though, no seeks, so no need to make brand new files with the changes incorporated into them. which
Xbox
means
has been doing
no
this for a
installs
while.
as you know them today. 16 gigabytes of GDDR6
Or maybe
feels right
maybe it
for
doesn't,
PlayStation
because I think
5. The
Xbox
presence of the SSD
installs
reduces the need
as it
for a massive
downloads,
intergenerational increase in
where
size.
PlayStation has to
So,
download
back
and
to the
then
dream
install,
of the
so it
SSD.
seems a bit longer.
Here's the set of targets. Boot the game in a second. No load screens. Design freedom, meaning no twisty passages or long corridors.
And
More
sometimes
game
that's
on
why
the
it
disk
seems
and more
like
game on the
Xbox
SSD.
quicker.
And finally, those
But maybe the
patch
download's
installs
longer
go.
because it has to
With
limit
a
the speed.
12-channel interface,
Because
the
I've
most
noticed that when you're
natural
downloading
size
a
that
game, it'll
emerges for
kind
an
of
SSD
it'll
is
pause the download for a second as the
825
install
gigabytes.
catches up.
The key question for us was, is that enough? I mean, it's tempting to add more, but Flash certainly doesn't come cheap, and we have a responsibility to our gaming audience to be cost-effective with regards to what we put in the console. And so we locked in on that 825 gigabyte size, while also preparing multiple strategies so that those who want more storage can add it. Thanks to all of that surrounding hardware, our 5.5 gigabytes a second really should translate into something like 100 times faster I/O than PS4, and allow the dream of no load screens and super fast streaming to become a reality. Having said that, expandability of our SSD is going to be quite important. Flash is costly, and you may very well want to add storage to whatever we put in the console. Now, the kind of storage you need depends on how you're going to use it. If you have an extensive PlayStation 4 library and you'd like to take advantage of backwards compatibility to play those games on PlayStation 5, then a large external hard drive is ideal. You can leave your games on the hard drive and play them directly from there, thus saving the pricier SSD storage for your PlayStation 5 titles, or you can copy your active PlayStation 4 titles to the SSD. If your purpose in adding more storage is to play PlayStation 5 titles, though, ideally you would add to your SSD storage. We will be supporting certain M2 SSDs. These are
Nice.
internal
M.2.
drives that you can get on the open market and install in a bay in the PlayStation 5. Here's the catch, though. That commercial drive has to be at least as fast as ours. Games that rely on the speed of our SSD need to work flawlessly with any M2 drive. That commercial drive also needs to physically fit inside of the bay we created in PlayStation 5 for M2 drives. Right
What
now,
does
we're
suck, though,
getting
is that's
M2
gonna
drive
be,
samples and benchmarking them in various ways.
Proprietary
When games hit
SSD,
beta,
so you're
as they
probably
get
gonna
ready for
only be able to
PlayStation
buy
5
it
launch
from
year-end,
PlayStation.
We'll also be doing some compatibility testing to make sure that the architecture of particular M2 drives isn't too foreign for the games to handle. Once we've done that compatibility testing, we should be able to start letting you know which drives will physically fit and which drive samples have benchmarked appropriately high in our testing. It would be great if that happened by launch, but it's likely to be a bit past it. So please hold off on getting that M2 drive until you hear from us. As our solution to adding new features without blindsiding developers,
You
we
can
made
get the
sure that
M2
if there
drive,
were new
but you gotta buy
significant features,
ours.
it would be optional to use them. The GPU supports ray tracing, but you don't have to use ray tracing to make your game. The GPU supports primitive shaders, but you can release your first game on PlayStation 5 without making any use of them. This continuous improvement in AMD technology means it's dangerous to rely on teraflops as an absolute indicator of performance, and CU count should be avoided as well. In the case of CPUs, we all understand this. The PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5 each have 8 CPUs, but we never think that meant the capabilities and performance are equal. Even as the technology evolves, the logic and feature set that PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 4 Pro titles rely on is still available in backwards compatibility modes.
What about
One
PS3?
advantage of this strategy is
PS2?
that once backwards compatibility is in the console, it's in. It's not as if a cost down will remove backwards compatibility like it did on PlayStation 3. We recently took a look at the top 100 PlayStation 4 titles as ranked by playtime, and we're expecting almost all of them to be playable at launch on PlayStation 4. Another major new feature of our custom RDNA 2-based GPU is ray tracing, using the same strategy as AMD's upcoming PC GPUs. There's of course no need to use ray tracing. PS4 graphics engines will run just fine on PlayStation 5, but it presents an opportunity for those interested. I'm thinking it'll take less than a
Backwards
million rays
compatibility
a second to
is a
have
good move
big
for them,
impact on audio. That should be
but
enough
I
for
didn't see
audio
PS3
occlusion and some
or
reverb
lower
calculations.
than that,
With a bit
which is
more
kind
of
of
the
weird.
GPU invested in ray tracing, it should be possible to do some very
Wonder
nice
what will happen with the
global
PS Classics
illumination.
thing.
Having said that, Adding ray-traced shadows and reflections to a traditional graphics engine could easily take hundreds of millions of rays a second, and full ray tracing could take billions. How far can we go? I'm starting to get quite bullish. I've already seen a PlayStation 5 title that's successfully using ray tracing-based reflections in complex animated scenes with only modest costs. Historically, our process for setting CPU and GPU frequencies has relied on some heavy-duty guesswork with regards to how much electrical power games will consume and how much heat will be produced as a result inside of the console. Power consumption varies a lot from game to game. When I play God of War on my PS4 Pro, I know the power consumption is high just by the fan noise. But power isn't simply about engine quality. It's about the minutiae of what's being displayed and how. It's counterintuitive, but processing dense geometry typically consumes less power than processing simple geometry, which is, I suspect, why Horizon's map screen, with its low triangle count, makes my PS4 Pro heat up so much. Our process on previous consoles has been to try to guess what the maximum power
That's
consumption
interesting.
during the entire console lifetime might be, which is to say, the worst case scene in the worst case game, and prepare a cooling solution that we think will be quiet at that power level. If we get it right, fan noise is minimal. If we get it wrong, the console will be quite loud for the higher power games, and there's even a chance that it might overheat and shut down if we misestimate power too badly. So, after much discussion, we decided to go with a very different direction on PlayStation 5. We went with a variable frequency strategy for PlayStation 5, which is to say we continuously run the GPU and CPU in boost mode. We supply a generous amount of electrical power and then increase the frequency of GPU and CPU until they reach the capabilities of the system's cooling solution. It's a completely different paradigm. Rather than running at constant frequency and letting power vary based on the workload, we run at essentially constant power and let the frequency vary based on the workload. We then tackled the engineering challenge of a cost-effective
like
and
a-
high-performance cooling solution
It's a pretty interesting
designed for that
approach on that
specific power
problem.
level. In some ways, it becomes a simpler problem because there are no more unknowns.
Yeah, I
There's
mean,
no
he's
need to
like-
guess what
he's
power
kinda jabbing at
consumption the worst
Xbox
case
a lot,
game
too.
might have. As for the details of the cooling solution, we're saving them for our teardown. I think you'll be
Saying
quite
that
happy with what
teraflops
the
don't
engineering
matter.
team
They're not an indicator of
the final
strength.
of our three principles was
or
about
the
finding
coup
new
de core
dreams.
count.
It's important for us on the hardware team to find new ways to expand or deepen gaming, and that's what led us to a focus on 3D audio. Not to oversimplify, but here were our goals for audio on PlayStation 5. The first goal was great audio for everyone, not just VR users or soundbar owners or headphone users. That meant audio had to be part of the console. It couldn't be a peripheral. The second goal was to support hundreds of sound
Flips
sources.
table.
We didn't want developers
Would you ever
to have to
consider getting a
choose
PS,
what sounds would get
PlayStation?
3D effects and which wouldn't.
I haven't
We
really
wanted
liked them
every
since the
sound in game
PS2. That was
to
my
have
last
dimension
PlayStation
quality.
system I got.
And finally,
Then I
we
played the
wanted to
PS3. My
really
brother
take on
had
the
that, and
challenges
he has the
of
PS4 as
presence
well. And
and
I just don't like it though. The UI
Now,
is
when
so
we say
annoying.
presence, we mean the
Navigating the
feeling that you're
menus, so
actually
annoying.
There. You've entered the matrix. The way that the sound changes, based on direction and frequency, can be encoded in a table called the head-related transfer function, or HRTF. Here's part of one. The HRTF is as unique to an individual as a fingerprint is. In fact, you're looking at mine right now. When using headphones and my HRTF, I occasionally get fooled and even think a sound is coming from the real world when it's actually coming from the game. Which means what HRTF you're using is key. I'd like everyone to be able to experience what I'm experiencing, but obviously
You grew
it's
up
not
on
possible to
Xbox.
measure the HRTF.
You were
of
first
every
introduced it from a
PlayStation user.
friend.
At PlayStation
Then
5
got your
launch,
first
we'll
white
be offering a
Xbox
choice of
360
5
after getting
HRTFs. There's
your
a
Eagle
a
Scout.
simple test where you pick the one
Then
that
you went
gives you
from
the best
Eagle
performance.
Scout to gamer.
That's just the first step, though. This is an open-ended research topic.
You ought to get a.
Hopefully,
a
I've
Boy
been
Scout
able to
badge
illustrate
for
a
that.
bit about our design and
The-
decision-making process
Well,
today.
you're gonna get the
and why
1,000-hour
PlayStation
Civ
5 has the
badge
feature
pretty
set that
soon.
it does. Now comes the fun part. We get to see how the
What a great
development
fall.
community takes advantage
That's
of that
funny.
feature set. I'm hoping for the
That's
completely
interesting.
unexpected. Will it come from audio, ray tracing,
This was on
the
the-
capabilities of the SSD, or something
I decided
else?
not to play anymore. I was getting frustrated
Now,
with Smite.
PlayStation 1,
There's the PlayStation released the 50-minute video, and then this is cool too. That's why I'm talking about Overwatch, is because they announced a new hero coming soon.
They've reached the line!
You got a video for me? Let's see this. Barles, we need to talk. Let's see how you clipped it. There's already 2 views on it.
Tell you
Someone
what,
else saw
since
it.
he's new to streaming,
He sounds like such a dad.
I'm sure not everybody here has followed him yet. We're gonna go check out White with Ducks. He is streaming. It looks like he's probably playing a multiplayer with Foibles, so let's make Foibles jealous too. Foibles has gotten a lot of love from us through the years, or through the days, months, whatever, weeks. I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Be good.
Is he streaming right now? I think he's streaming
Tell you what,
RimWorld.
since he's new,
Have you dropped that on him yet? If not, we could finish this up here and then just throw me and you. No, he's done. Aw. Could throw me and you his way and then you could drop it, but he's done. He ended early. Oh, I see. Were you in his stream before he ended it? Too bad you didn't know about that. That'd have been funny. That is funny though. I thought that was really funny. We got notifications. What do we got? Nothing. I want to see this.
So, this is it.
I'm surprised they're releasing new heroes, especially when
Did I make the
Overwatch
world
2
a
was
better
announced. It's pretty cool. The end of life updates. I wonder what her abilities are going to be.
They had every reason to doubt me.
You should join us.
But I helped create the Omnics.
And who better to help us fight them?
And only Overwatch believed. You are my life's work. You will be everything
This is interesting.
I dreamed. All I wanted, all I needed, was to help the world. And so she created me. Her legacy. Her promise. Her echo.
Oh, that's intense. There's still some seconds on it. It doesn't say anything about what her abilities are. What a tease. You have a counter to the PS4 video? Let's see it.
Oh,
Did
there we go.
you mean to put it at
All right.
12?
Next, I need to put the vapor chamber.
You know, I was watching this
Obviously, we'll
earlier.
go something like.
That's why it's halfway through it, because this is where I stopped watching it.
There we go. Okay, that.
Yeah, this dude got his hands on an Xbox Series X and he starts constructing it.
Unit. I remember back when the Xbox One came out, the original.
Yeah,
one
I've
had
seen
that
the
huge
whole
external
start of
supply.
it right here.
Now we've got a 300-watt supply, which not only fits inside, but is also cooled by the exact same fan. Spoiler alert: it cools the rest of the system. So I believe this slots on something like.
It's crazy how it's built. It's like stacked up on each other in a
like
unique
shape
way.
Of a thing.
And that's a
Next up, we
massive heat
have
sink on the
the
bottom.
little bottom shield. Right, slide it
I want to see a water-cooled console. That would be really cool.
Yes.
They're all
Next
air-cooled
up
right
is the
now.
optical drive. So this is a very similar Blu-ray drive to what you had on the previous generation. And I believe it goes on something
I'd pay an
like-
extra $100 for a water-cooled variant.
Hey, look at
Especially
that.
because if you get
Now we're
water-cooled,
getting a little bit more of
it's
an
probably going to
Xbox
perform
One
better.
shape.
It won't
Sorry,
heat up
not
as
Xbox
much.
One, Xbox Series X.
The only downside is like if
Next up, we have
there's
the
a
fan.
leak.
And you have to consider this is
and
the
water doesn't
only
last
fan in the
forever.
entire Xbox Series X.
So
it
you'd
is
have
a
to
very,
probably
very
get that
custom
fixed.
unit. So it's a 130 millimeter fan. And you can see that not only are the blades really uniquely shaped,
And I doubt they'd
the
want you
entire top
messing around with
shroud
it,
is
taking
pretty
it
much
apart and
designed for
refilling the
optimal
water.
airflow to kind of keep things moving. Because you have to keep in mind, with only one fan, the airflow
But then
has to
again,
be very
fans don't
carefully
last
managed.
forever as well.
So if you imagine this is the Series X, which is very close to at this point, air is coming through a few different channels. So of course a lot of air is passing through the heatsink on the back of the vapor chamber and being exhausted out the top. But air also comes through the center chassis to cool the various components like the SSD. We also have to consider that the power supply needs air, which is exhausted underneath this black plastic piece. There's a lot going on here, and it all really starts and ends with the fan, which if I can line it up like this, is essentially how it sits. Obviously, as someone who builds PCs and stuff, you see a lot of fans in exactly the same. Where you see, you know, oh, we added RGB or whatever. But like, this is such a complicated shape, especially when you look at like the fan
That is a
blades and the way
beautiful
that the
fan.
shroud-
It's a
and
massive
this is actually kind of interesting.
fan.
So you mentioned this earlier. So there's a little sort of like escape path. So say someone accidentally put something over the top, there's still the ability for air to be exhausted through here.
That's
Obviously,
right.
it's not optimal, but you know, someone accidentally puts a book on top of your Series X, it's not gonna, you know, immediately go and completely get all the air cut off.
Yeah,
But there's a lot of cool stuff here.
There is. The surfacing
really
around on the fan shroud, like you said, it's super complex.
That's a
and
big brain
super,
move right there.
you know,
That's
driven by
forward
the
thinking.
engineering requirements of getting that air up and then spread
This
out
thing
as
is a
wide as
brick.
possible as it is.
Do you like the design
If
of
you
it?
want a
Do you
better
like that they made
visual
it
of what
more
this looks
vertical?
like, there happens to be a
I kind of
wonderful
like that
graphic
for
right
space
behind me.
saving.
It's
Because I've always wanted to stand my Xbox up anyways.
heat.
But no,
and
I have to lay it down like it's a
exhaust.
cable box.
Didn't think that one through at all. Everyone in the room is very upset with me. It is not a tornado. It is a very carefully managed. Also, if you look up close, which you probably never will because no one should ever open up your Series X. I mean, I guess.
Oh,
technically,
true.
but you
They're gonna have to
should.
remake
Inside,
TV
there are actually
stands.
a couple of really interesting Easter
The
eggs.
Xbox One
So
X
first
slot.
of all, a lot of the components are individually labeled. So you can see this is number 1, the center chassis. We have the optical disk drive. There are actually a total of 7 of these things. But my favorite is if you look on the very top of this fan, you'll see a tiny little Master Chief.
Oh, that's
No
cool.
one's ever going to see this.
Easter
but it is
egg.
very, very cool that these guys have spent so much time sort of optimizing this layout. Now, I know a lot of people were kind of wondering when you saw the announcement of why the Xbox is shaped as it is. But as we put it all together, you can see that there's actually a lot of very clever engineering that went into putting this together. I almost have the Series X complete. The next step is just to put it all in the chassis, which I'm sure I will get first try, no problem.
Do you just slide it in there? That is weird.
So I'm
Oh,
going
that
to
is
line
really
it up,
weird.
angle it just a little bit. Hey, wait. Look, I got it. And there we have the Xbox Series X. Don't look at this side, look at this side. It's fine, look at that. Look how beautiful of a job I've done in developing this console with no
You
help at all
developed a
from anyone
console.
in this room. No one just told me how to do that or anything like that. Thanks, guys, appreciate it. So you know I'm gonna have to ask the question that the entire internet asked the second that we saw this. Why is it this shape?
Very good question. And it's a good reason. I mean, you put the box together, you can see how all of those big components kind of fit together in this really unique way. And it's all driven by pulling air through the system with this, you know, with this big axial fan on the top.
Are you concerned at all about this not fitting like under people's TVs or anything like that?
There's
No,
your
I mean,
problem.
that's a good question. We were really conscious about being able to fit into people's homes.
I wonder if you
fit
could lay it
in, to
sideways.
the TV consoles that they
It
have
seems
now
like that
on
would
their
be
shelves.
fine.
One of the cool things about this is you can, as you were doing, you can
Oh,
you can put it down
there it is.
sideways. You can use it vertically. It's actually got a really small footprint, so you can put it on a much shallower shelf than you ever could before. So we think it gives people a lot of flexibility.
I don't like how if you put it
So I know
sideways, the
when I
bottom looks
first saw
kind of
this,
ugly.
and of course, if
But
you've
the
seen
airflow looks
the
like it would
announcement
be
video,
a
you'll
lot
see that
better.
You've got the little scoop on the top with what looked like LEDs, but in fact it's sort of more of like an optical illusion here, right?
We have, I mentioned the fan needs to pull a lot of air. We need really big holes, and we decided to embrace that as a design element. And we added this slight dish on a really deep set of holes here, so that as you look at it, your view changes and you see more or less.
I
inside.
love
And
the
and
green
is
accent.
really, you know, kind of a nod to like our fans, a nod to Xbox. It's got like the soul of Xbox inside it, and it reveals itself like as you get.
All it needs
closer.
is
A new
LED.
console is nothing
LED
without a new controller,
console.
and the Series X has some interesting differences. So you can see we have everything from the Duke all the way up to the Series X. And while at first glance this looks very, very similar to the Xbox One, there actually are some pretty significant differences. So one of the first ones is actually in the size.
That
so while
does
the grip
look
and everything
very
down
similar.
here is pretty much the same. The top
It
is
better
gonna
be
taper a little
backwards
bit more,
compatible.
So it's better for smaller hands. And in fact, there's
You
actually
can use
a
your
demo
old
here that
Xbox
have
controllers with the new
basically
system.
A giant controller to make
I
kind of
doubt
give you a sense of what it
Sony's
would
gonna
feel
do
like.
that.
And it's still very comfortable even if you do have those small
RGB
hands.
console.
Also,
It is. It's backwards compatible.
so a lot, of
Awesome.
course, is very similar. So the sticks and a lot of the buttons feel the same. However, we do now have a much nicer D-pad.
The
so it's
D-pad
nicely
looks cool.
faceted. It has a nice
Reminds
sort
me of the
quick
Elite
action,
D-pad.
And we also do have a share button built in. Now on the bottom, it is pretty much identical.
I could
so
go
a
without
lot
the
of
share button.
accessories, including your headsets and everything, should just slide in no problem on the bottom.
I'll probably
And
accidentally
if we
hit that
flip
a
over
few
to the
times.
Top, we now have USB-C.
It'll be more of
now,
a
if
nuisance.
we open up the back, you will see that we have the exact same setup as the Xbox One. So it will ship with AA batteries, and you can of course
Can
use
it
your plate
can
to
it
charge
please
kit.
ship with a rechargeable battery?
You know,
Like
obviously, if you really value AA batteries, that's an option. Although rechargeable
Literally?
is definitely the way that I like to go. But interestingly, this is a very different style of sort of controller that they've done in the past, mostly because this is actually backwards compatible with the Xbox One and vice versa. So obviously there are some improvements here. At its sort of
I guess the
core
controller will get a
fundamentals,
pass from
this is
me
not widely
because
different
it's
than the
reverse
Xbox One,
compatibility.
which means that if you want to take your current Xbox One controller and move it over to the Series X, or even take a Series X controller and play it on Xbox One, you can absolutely do that. Now, it still doesn't take advantage of the Xbox wireless radio, and they've actually done a lot of work to improve the latency so that the controller will sort of update the console more often. But interestingly, on top of that, it does, of course, you can connect it via USB, but it does have Bluetooth low energy. So if, say, you're using this with an iPhone or an Android or something, it will be a little bit more energy efficient and it'll be a little bit quicker. One very cool demo on the Series X is the ability to do HDR reconstruction. So you can see right here we have Halo 5, and keep in mind it's going to be very bright since
What
it's
is
now in
HDR
HDR. But
reconstruction?
essentially what we've got here is a game which was never originally designed to have HDR implementation. However, using some very clever trickery, you can see on this display, everything in the orange and you see anything in the reds and the whites, that's actually full HDR color space, which was not originally designed into the game. To me, I can't believe, like, just looking at this, yeah, you can see like how bright it gets over here for a game that was never designed for it. And the cool thing is this actually works for more than just like an Xbox One game that never had HDR.
It's
we got
like
a
fake
demo earlier
HDR.
of an original Xbox game, Fusion Frenzy, clearly never designed with HDR in mind, and it still looks great.
Have you ever played
Maybe
Fusion
not
Frenzy?
quite as
That
good
game
as
is
Halo.
so fun.
So I have the exact same
I think
level
it's
loaded
aged
up
well.
on both of these Series X dev kits. So you can see on
That's
this
what
you
I'm
have the
saying.
full
Like,
HDR
don't give me a
reconstruction where
controller like
especially you get a lot of
like
brightness
Sony
here.
does, where
This
the
is a heat
rechargeable
map. So
battery is
essentially
like
all this
built
is
in,
doing
and
is
you
just
can't
showing us
really
based on the color where we're
remove
really
it and
getting that
replace it
extra
because
brightness
those
and
are
that
out.
extra
I want the
range.
replaceable
Design.
concept,
Fire,
the
you
replaceable
see
aspect
here, and if I
of the
try to throw
Xbox
it in
controller,
at the
but
same
give me a
time,
rechargeable battery.
you
It costs
see-
nearly
yeah,
the same.
That's actually, I'm doing it again. That's cool. It's so
It's free in the
bright, like,
Game Pass.
realistically,
I'd be so down to play
if
that.
this just
If
was
somebody
the way I played
else,
the game,
one of
I
your
don't think I
buddies
would
has
ever
it, we
realize
should do
wasn't
it.
something that the developer
I
had
forgot
intended.
if it's
This is
max,
something
I think
that can
4
be added.
players,
This
but that
can be
game is
added with
fun.
essentially no impact to performance. What is this called? We
I'd
know
be way
obviously it's
down
the
to play it.
Xbox Series X.
It's
But you know,
been
we had
years
the Xbox, we had
since
the
the old
360,
Duke.
we had the One. What is this
Duke controller.
generation called?
This generation is just called Xbox, and this specific console is the Xbox Series X.
Okay, gotcha. So 4th generation Xboxes are just the Xbox.
Exactly.
Okay.
Absolutely. We want people to be able to just go in and say, I want the latest Xbox. So that's why we're looking at Xbox.
You've been working on this for how long now?
Shark Feet
Xbox
with the
Series X
raid.
development started in
Oh,
2016, so we've been
thanks,
working on
man.
it for 4
Look at that
years.
double notification.
Absolutely.
That's cool.
I'm assuming it's got to be nice to finally show off your baby.
That's why we're so excited to have you here,
Spiffy.
is to actually be able to
I
start
have to
sharing
eat a
more
sandwich,
details
then you'll
about
come
what
back
the
and
team's
poke
been
my
working
butt.
on for the last
Prepare
4
for
years.
it.
I've got to give
I'm
you props.
prepared. My butt's
I did
puckered.
not
I'm gonna
realize-
trap your
first of all,
finger
it's
when you
kind
go
of
for
crazy
it.
to
I'm
me
gonna
that you guys
clinch.
are being this
How's it going,
upfront
normal?
about a console, what, 6 months,
It's
whatever
the
we
it's yeah, it's the
on top
latest
of that,
toaster. It could do
you've shown
8
us so
slices of
much stuff,
toast.
and we get to
We're
show
just
so much
watching
in the video. Why are you
we're
guys
watching
being so open
videos
about
right
this
now.
ahead of time? Aren't you
Just-
afraid
just
that
chatting.
people are gonna be like, oh, time to steal some notes or whatever? Or
Thanks
do
for
you-
the raid,
what's-
Shark
what's
Feed.
the thought
Appreciate it.
behind that?
Honestly, we're just really proud with what we've actually built. You know, we've been working on this
Is
for
anybody
so
here
long,
gonna
it's
get-
finally great to just start
is
sharing
anybody
more
here gonna get the
details.
newest
And as we get closer
Xbox?
to launch, we're really focused on showing what the platform
I'd
can
rather
actually do
get
and
like
the awesome
a
games
actual
you'll be
really
able to
good
play.
streaming
You do consider this to be a new
PC before I
generation, though, right? It's definitely
probably
Yeah.
get that. I think I'm gonna stick
like
with
the
my
technology
1S for a
inside
while.
of this generation is so
Hey, Blazing Fox, how you
transformative,
doing?
and the kinds of gaming
Nice to see you
experiences you're
here.
going to be able to experience are just so fundamentally
Toaster
different.
stream.
And it's really unlocked by all the power.
No,
that
I
we've
bet
put in.
normal. I bet you couldn't.
Thank you very much
It's
for
so
watching.
it looks
If you
so
enjoyed,
good at
make sure to
thermals. Like
subscribe
let
to
me
the
go
channel.
back real quick.
Thank
Look at the size of the
Hey.
heatsink.
Our various connectors with
Where's it at?
do this right. Parts are obviously slightly modified. They're magnetized, but essentially I can put together the
It
Series X and
disappeared.
show what it looks like from our various.
When he stacks it
the
all
exact
together,
same-
you can
here
see it.
it's obvious.
Like you said,
Whatever. But
so getting
tiny little.
About-
So I'm going to line it up. I got it.
It's
And
this
there-
this unit right here on the side. Like that is massive. That is massive. One thing that's really cool though is it's reverse compatible with the controllers, so you can use the newer one on the old one. when you get the money. You're gonna get the PS5 normal? You traitor. This is an Xbox, fam. Just kidding. You do you, bro. All consoles welcome. Your stream PC will come first when you get the money. Xbox Game Pass for PCs is really great, so that's all I really need. Yeah, Foibles and I were just talking about that. How kind of been craving to play Halo again. And Fusion Frenzy. I want to play that again. It's just a computer that forces you to use a controller at this point. Yeah, that's a good thing though, isn't that? I feel like that's a good thing. That was a very interesting video. Oh, I opened a new tab for it. I was watching the new Hero 2. Looks really cool. I don't see anything about her abilities though. And I like the concept, the idea of the Echo. It's almost like that sentient AI you get in like Master Chief, you know, Cortana. Tomorrow they're gonna show her off. That's dope. That's dope. I'm not as big as a Overwatch fan as a lot of people. I don't play it. I don't have as many hours, but it's still really cool. I enjoy the heck out of that game. We're all Star Wars fans here. Yeah, I mean, if there's some cool new vid, share it. I'm down to watch it. Let's see it. I'm stoked about Star Wars Theory's his fan film that's coming out pretty soon. I'm stoked about that. I wonder what her ability will be. I think, well, I don't know. You could always hypothesize. Maybe she'll like spawn robots to attack, like her ultimate. She could fly. That would be cool if she could fly always, but it's like a slower fly, almost like Mercy's ult. Like she has the ability, if you hold jump, she goes up. That would be kind of annoying though. But imagine just knocking her off, like booping her mid-flight. Actually, that'd be kind of OP now that I think of it, because she wouldn't be able to fall die. So it should definitely be on a charge. She doo-doo. What is this? The Rise of Skywalker, Emperor Palpatine behind the scenes. Is this Ian McDermott speaking?
30 seconds of discussing that idea, we just knew that it was the right idea.
Ian McDermott, whatever his last name is.
It's a generational story. I mean, the idea of the story of these grandchildren grappling with the same things that their predecessors had dealt with. It just felt poetic. My favorite scene from the prequels, Palpatine telling Anakin the story of Darth Plagueis the Wise and his
You want to watch the
obsession with
Overwatch
cheating
2
death.
trailer next?
And
I'll do that.
it sits
Oh,
there
she's
like
in
the
it?
greatest setup
What?
of all time.
I did not notice that.
Very unexpected. It's a total surprise when about a year ago, yeah, it is that long.
Does anybody
I had an
like Star Wars
email
here? Are we Star
from
Wars
JJ
fans?
saying, is there a good time to call you? And where should I call you?
I'll pull that up in a second. Oops.
I emailed back to such and such a time, and this is the best phone number to get me on. And then he called me straight away and said, we're thinking of bringing back the Emperor.
The Zero
How
Hour
do you
trailer?
feel?
Yeah, we'll watch that.
So I controlled myself. I said, well, sounds like a great idea. And I realized my voice had shot up there, and I thought, you're very well, what would it cost me if I speak like that? And I said, well, that's wonderful. And he said, well, we're thinking about bringing him back because
Ian
it would
McDermott
be just great to
is such a
round
cool
off
guy.
those 9 episodes, sort of the
I don't
way
know if I'm
we
butchering
began
his name, but
in
Ian.
terms of the dark side. So that's when it started, and I'm in the middle
I
of
don't know if I
filming
liked what they did with this last movie
Still
though.
can't believe it.
How he was like
Could be
robotic.
this unholy combination
held up
of
by
trying
that
to
right there.
prolong life, both through medical means and through dark magic.
Maybe this will explain it better. Change my opinion
Not that
on
he
it.
already looks like his action figure.
Oh
I
wow.
feel I've been lucky for the 3rd time. When George saw me for 10 minutes all those years ago for Return of the Jedi, I was suddenly the Emperor of the Universe. So then to get this call, it was once again a 3rd time. Extraordinary experience.
This is fantastic. It's good.
Is it still insane?
It's insane. It's insane. It's actually getting more insane moment to moment.
Well, it's great. Most of my time is spent acting.
Have I played Battlefront 2? I have.
With Daisy.
I played
both
Battlefront
of
2.
whom
It's really
are
fun.
Tremendous. people.
A
and
bit buggy though.
Terrific as
in my
actors,
opinion.
and of course I've been
At least the
over the
giant
years,
battlefield
not
modes,
just
Galactic
in the
Assault.
Star Wars saga. So
I have seen
like
the
everybody else,
Overwatch 2
suddenly
trailer
meet these
blazing.
people who
I
you've
seen
only
it
really
when
seen
it first
in,
came out.
large
I think
form
last summer.
on screen,
fall.
and to find out they've got senses of humour and have great talent, I really didn't doubt that. In the flesh is great. So we've had. I'm hesitating about using the word fun because it's more complicated than fun.
But I didn't notice
But
Echo
it's
was
very
in it,
enjoyable,
so we'll definitely
and
have to. I'll have to rewatch
It's always
that
the same
and
when
look
you
out for
work
her.
with good serious actors. You know, you have an instant rapport, and I think we've got that.
That can go from, you know, a whisper to this, you know, mega roar.
It sounds like he's got a tiger purring in his throat.
Although I didn't
and
really
that makes
enjoy
the
Star
hairs
Wars,
stand up
the
in
latest
back of your
one,
neck.
I didn't really enjoy The Force
full
Awakens
effort,
either.
but
I felt like it was just a big nostalgic trip the entire time.
And it's clear that although I have the best makeup artist in the business, he doesn't.
I hadn't seen him in his garb till on the day, and it was awesome.
The way it's described in the script is
Rey's
so
Bay.
creepy and so weird and unsettling. I just want to see Ian be the Emperor again. I'm really excited about that.
Look what you have made.
Oh, that is.
The
I think it
idea that
comes
this
to
is an
DVD
ancient
or
place,
you're able to rent it this
place
month,
where
later
maybe
this
the
month. I'm
Sith
pretty sure.
really began
I'll definitely rewatch
at
it.
the very beginning. The ideas are not just coming from the script. There's a visualization process that also invokes
You like the movie?
creating ideas.
This
Yeah.
feeling is
They did.
so
They did a good job
dramatic,
with
you know
what
what I mean?
happened
Just like
after
tumultuous,
the episode
stormy
7.
feeling. It would be great
Eight.
to talk to Dom about like
After
what methods
what
we
Ryan
may be
Johnson
able to
did in episode
employ
8.
to create that sense of it's a crazy storm, and just do it, you know, in camera.
One thing JJ was always impressing on me was the fact that Rey must feel small. We must feel like little people in a massive world.
The context of it is I'm under I'm an ant under the shoe.
And the
of a
whole
giant.
the link between Rey and Kylo, I thought that was kind of weird. The fact that she saved him by dropping the lightsaber through the Force to him.
Emperor of the universe himself,
I don't know
Ian
how I feel about
McDiarmid.
that.
Welcome.
I was like,
It's good to be here. Thank you.
At that moment.
This is pretty wonderful. I mean, obviously, this is something that people have been waiting such a long time for. You have been in 6 of these things. How does it feel?
I have, yes. And I've just turned up tonight to see if I'm in this one.
There were some hints, maybe. There were some hints.
There were some hints. Yeah, JJ dropped a few. I didn't exactly say no when I was asked certain questions. But I haven't seen the movie myself.
Really?
So I cannot be cross-examined in detail.
Okay. Well, there goes all my cross-examination question. I'll ask you this. How was the experience for you on this one compared to the other Star Wars that you've been in?
It was completely different. Different director. Wonderful director. JJ, who just pouring with enthusiasm and creative intelligence.
When the thing went quack, quack, quack,
Blazer,
you man
thanks
was
for the
ducking.
follow. Appreciate it.
Before it was
We're getting
George, of
close to
course,
the
who,
giveaway at 50
is
followers.
Equally intelligent, exciting, challenging director. They're completely different styles. And so it was wonderful to get 2 different wonderful people on the other side of the camera helping me be as evil as possible.
And the Emperor is just so brilliantly and wonderfully evil.
I have a horrible Emperor Palpatine voice.
Lines that resonate
That's all I
with
can
people.
say.
Is there anything that you get asked all the time to say?
I get asked to do this all the time and in many contexts. And it's before he actually gets the cowl on.
Yeah, I just
And
noticed
you'll
I had
remember the
2
scene.
follow alerts
Christopher Lee's
overlaid on
involved,
each other.
My good friend,
So I'm gonna turn that down a
Anakin
bit.
Skywalker.
It
in the
probably
movie
messed it up. It
Hayden
like did 2
Christensen
of
in
them.
life.
And the original
and
one
I simply say the words,
was
do
kind
it.
of quieter.
Do it.
I love it.
More
That's
quiet.
so good.
Do it.
Thank you for doing
Do
it.
it. Turn it down.
Good to
Blow
be
your
here.
eardrums. I should turn it up, huh?
If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly,
That was a good Ian McDiarmid video. Let's see. We have this one right here. Where'd it go? So let's see. Where is she at? This is. I'm just gonna watch it again. This video is so awesome. Blazing Fox, thank you for the host. I appreciate that a lot. That goes a long way. It means a lot.
Winston?
What's on your mind, May?
Do we have enough people for this mission?
Don't even try to make May seem cute or sweet. She's annoying. She needs to be deleted.
If you're going to show, now would be a good time.
How about an Overwatch movie?
This is your captain speaking.
Or like
we
a
are
mini
on
show.
final approach to Paris.
Why do I even ask that? That was like a rhetorical question, of course.
You may now power on your electronic devices. Weather is mostly cloudy, with a 100% chance of null section.
Foibles, this is why you gotta try out Overwatch, man. I think you'll enjoy it. It's a really fun game.
Winston, clear as a spot to land.
And I think even
right
your
behind
computer
you.
could run it. I'm pretty sure if you just tone down the settings a bit.
Why is null sector attacking now?
I don't know, May. But the people down there need help. And right now, we are all they've got.
They're working on a show? Cool. Wonder what platform they put it on. Netflix or something?
Bonjour, officer. We're here to help.
Winston with his super crazy shocky gun.
Good work, May.
Thanks. Watch your back.
Get the civilians to the ship.
Tracer is so hard to play.
What was that?
I'm too bad at the game to play Tracer efficiently. I like blink into the enemy and she's so good. Classic May got one kill and the tank said good work, May. Who put those gas lines right there? Really? God dang it.
Stay with me. Winston!
Oh no, we need Mercy.
She needs help. We can't stay here.
With that res. This makes me think of that old like thing where it's like your character in a video game and it's like takes 50 bullets and then your character in a cutscene dies from like one bullet.
You said to stick together.
Don't worry. I'll be right behind you.
You're getting the Avengers vibe?
You
yeah,
better be.
totally. It is basically like that. Friend of Sharks is a friend of mine. Well, a friend of Sharks is a friend of mine as well. Back at you. You needed the dog on Genji. I'm not going to Genji either. Came in clutch. You dabble in playing Tracer? I don't know if I've seen you play Tracer in a match. Actually, that's a lie. Definitely have. All I know is whatever you play, you're really good at. Reinhardt.
Yes! The cavalry's here!
That extra smash.
Hello,
Oh. Interesting.
Let's get you back in
It's like he knew her all along. Why didn't we know about it?
Interlock shields!
I want to see that.
How are we going to stop this thing?
That'd be an OP combo.
May, your backpack.
But if there's like a story mode, that would make sense to put that in like a story mode. 4-player story mode would be pretty cool. Choosing a McCree cinematics in a year or two ago. That explains why I haven't really seen her, because I barely started playing Overwatch when Shark introduced me to it. I hate that sound. That just means I'm gonna die. I'm gonna go full potato and just run into it. Nice. These cinematics remind me of Pixar. Like some Pixar film would be like this.
Victory is ours, my friends!
The
Hi,
Overwatch
Lena.
lore is very
Brigitte?
interesting.
Oh my gosh,
We'll check
you've
that video
grown!
out.
Oh, everyone, this is May. Hi, everyone.
Nice to meet you.
How is Overwatch lore? Is it like in books, comics, or is it just videos? Where does the Overwatch
Monsieur,
lore get
Does
distributed?
this mean Overwatch is back?
Because like I'd like to see how they broke up too. I don't know how they broke up. Comics and animated shows.
Yes. Yes, we are.
Watched all the shorts like 10 times. That's really cool. This is definitely like a hype trailer. Just makes you want to play. Overwatch got outlawed like the Avengers, where they save people only by destroying. You know, hero got to do what a hero got to do. Is this going to be the same video? No. Reunion? McCree, you're super good at McCree. That looks so good. That apple pie looks so good. Oh God, stop it. I'm literally like salivating. Oh, that's funny. Just one more bite. God dang it. That explains the level. That makes sense. So there's like a story behind the level that you're playing on. What is the name of this level? I always thought it was like just kind of like a fake film trailer. Set. Fake film set. This is where Ash got introduced.
We
Route
got
66.
trouble.
The Genji Hanzo animation is by far the best one. Watch that. Alright, I'm done.
Jesse McCree.
I see.
Been a while. You promised you'd write.
Well, Ash.
That voice
I've been
sounds
kind of
familiar.
busy.
We're pretty busy ourselves, so it's awful convenient you showing up today.
Yeah. You never been one
Her
to shy
rifle's so
away from a
cool.
good tip.
Hey, we worked hard for this score. You best move on now.
All I want is that crate. Everything else is yours.
This crate? Huh.
McCree's like the vigilante. Maybe he's like not too into Overwatch. Like he's not, but he's kind of just there. He knows he has great power, so he does it. So the vibes I'm getting off of him. He likes
Now
to
you
work
got my
alone,
attention.
lone wolf style.
What is it?
That's none of your business.
Well, as I see it, now it's very much our
Very much like
business.
Hawkeye.
Doesn't always have to be this way, Ash.
You don't think he was in Overwatch? Okay.
Apparently, it does.
You agree with the Genji Hanzo video? Yeah, I mean, put it in the link. Put it in the link. Be down to watch it. I'm open to video suggestions. Especially if it's this educating. And these are great animations too. Oil pressure's high. High. His ultimate is crazy. Jedi.
Don't shoot!
Bob! Do something!
Oh, okay.
Looks like Bob got himself some upgrades.
Smoke him out of there!
More sound bites.
Last chance, McCree! Toss out your weapon!
All right, Ash.
Draw.
Here it comes.
Oh, shoot!
Now, if he could do that, imagine that. His Deadeye with like grenade explosions. That'd be crazy.
What the? McCree?
Sorry about that, Bob. No hard feelings.
McCree? Hey! Untie me, McCree!
Say hi to the gang
talking to
for
you.
me.
I will not be ignored! I'm gonna rebuild Bob, and I'm gonna have him rip off your other arm!
So they've been hinting at her for a while.
Hey there, cowboy.
Have you guys been expecting this?
Welcome back, partner.
You're like just waiting for the new character for a long while now.
How long have I been gone?
Said
Far
you,
too long.
Eventually be in the game. Well, it's about time if this was like 2 years ago. It's a
Well,
long
that's
time
a
in the
story
making.
for another time. But I got a call. They're getting the band back together. They want me. But really, they need you.
Why'd I expect that?
Jesse, wait. What are you going to do?
I've got some business to attend to.
hijacking Ash's ride.
Say hi to the monkey for me.
Monkey?
Scientist. Whatever.
That's awesome. He was in a gang with Ash. I wonder, did he leave it and then that kind of pissed her off and now she's like looking for him?
My family tells of an ancient legend about two great dragon brothers. The Dragon of the North Wind and the Dragon of the South Wind. Together, they upheld balance and harmony in the heavens.
And then another level, of course. Interesting. This is definitely going to change the way I look at Overwatch. I don't even know about
the two brothers argued over who could better rule their land. Their quarrel turned to rage, and their violent struggle darkened the skies, until the Dragon of the South Wind struck down his brother, who fell to earth, shattering the land. South Wind had triumphed, but as time passed and he
so his ultimate is the Dragon of the North and Dragon of the South. Because they tie together. Look at the moon. That's crazy. She kind of thick though. Who are you talking about? Who's thick? This animation makes you love Overwatch despite the good gameplay. I agree.
For years, the bereft dragon's grief threw the world into discord, and he knew only bitterness and sorrow. One day, a stranger called up to the dragon and asked, "Oh, Dragon Lord, why are you so distraught?"
That's funny.
The dragon told
They should call her Thick Though.
"Seeking power, I killed my brother.
Let's not.
But without him, I am lost." The stranger replied, "You have inflicted wounds upon yourself. But now, you must heal. Walk the earth on 2 feet as I do. Find value in humility. Then, you will find peace."
You are not the first assassin sent to kill me. And you will not be the last.
You are bold to come to Shimara Castle, the den of your enemies.
This was once my home. Did your masters not tell you who I want?
I know who you are, Hanzo. I know you come here every year on the same day. You risk so much to honor someone you murdered.
You know nothing of what happened.
That's a powerful. You got one giant cheek, doesn't she?
I know you tell yourself that your brother disobeyed the clan, and that you have to kill him to maintain order. That it was your duty.
It was my duty, and my burden. That does not mean I do not honor him.
think you honor your brother Genji with incense and offerings? Honor resides in one's actions.
You dare to lecture me about honor? You are not worthy to say his name! Ryuga wagateki wo kurau!
That's so dope.
Ryujin no ken wo kure! Only a Shamada can control the dragons. Who are you? Do it then. Kill me.
No. I will not grant you the death you wish for. You still have a purpose in this life, brother.
Oh?
No. No. My brother is dead.
Wait, there's a face reveal? What? This is huge.
Genji. The dragon knelt
That is
on
crazy.
the ground. For the first time, he was able to clearly see the world around him, and he became human. The stranger revealed himself as his fallen brother. Reunited, the two set out to rebuild what they had once destroyed.
What have you become?
I have accepted what I am, and I have forgiven you. Now you must forgive yourself. The world is changing once again, Hanzo, and it's time to pick a side.
Real life is not like the stories our father told us. You were a fool for believing it so.
Perhaps I am a fool to think there is still hope for you, but I do. Think on that, brother.
So Genji's stronger than Hanzo. Zenyatta is also Genji's master. That makes sense. She looks a lot like Genji. That's very interesting.
Overwatch. Coming to PC and consoles May 24th.
Can't wait for May 24th. I'm so excited for Overwatch to come out. That was nice. Yeah, that was probably my favorite one so far. This looks like, let's see, infiltration. Now I'm gonna have to just go through and watch all the Overwatch animated shorts.
I thought this was supposed to be the most advanced security system on the planet.
We don't have all day. Hurry up. Enough. Do you have satellite?
Of course.
Her ability, she's the one that hacks the house, right?
Are you certain the target is on sight? Oh, she's here.
Even that
already.
sandwich is like seeing God.
you're in.
Tell me more about what was in that sandwich. Did you get toasted bread, some ham, nice slice of cheese? Do you put Miracle Whip on it? Because I did. Some lettuce and tomato.
Cannot wait until the inspection is over.
Homemade Reuben. Oh, yes. Tell me more.
The door. Sombra.
Turrets are down.
I am in position. Sombra, time to target.
Wait, is Reaper working against them or with them? I didn't catch that.
Chairman Boyska, The new guidance systems. They will be the difference in destroying the hated Omnics.
Tell me we're still on schedule. The Omnium will not wait for us to be ready before they attack again.
Okay.
Our
And
first
Sigma
Numex
looks
in a
like a bad guy.
decade.
Okay.
This will ensure the future of Russia.
Just a little bit further.
Miss Volskaya, let's move!
Widowmaker, hold the perimeter.
We'll take over.
Are they really bad guys right now though? Because it looks like Russia was up to no good. Russia was up to something.
Sombra, I'm cut off. It's on you now.
I'm all over it.
She's getting away.
Shadow in Spanish. Yeah, when she does her ultimate ability in the game, she says "apagar los luces" as well.
Level 3!
Of course, Dallas sliced corned beef. You had me at that. Quality, quality sauerkraut. Butter the rye bread, frying pan. Butter side down. Once crispy. Do a fat dip thing. Some bells of that dressing fog. That's funny. You think they're more vigilante as Overwatch is more about saving
You
everyone.
have no idea what it took for me to make this meeting happen. Relájate, I'm not going to kill you. I mean, I'm the one that set off the alarm.
Sombra, do you have the target?
Okay, listen.
Oh, she's
I'm here to
double-crossing.
make a friend. And show you something I found. Tell me, what would happen if the people of Russia learned that their defender against the Omnics was actually getting her tech from the enemy? What would that do to the future of Russia?
What do you want?
The most powerful woman in Russia? I've always wanted a friend like that.
They're self-serving. Really, really just self-serving.
So I'm thinking, I don't let these images appear on every holovid in the world. And you help out your new friend every now and then. What do you say? Clock's ticking, amiga.
As if I had the choice. Now what, friend?
I'll be in touch. Mission failed. Target escaped.
Get back to the ship.
You thought Talon were literally terrorists? Is that what the Russian group is, Talon?
Do you know why you are here?
Oh.
I believe I do.
I guess I kind of saw that coming. It's available now. Whoa! March came so quick. Holy cow, I gotta get this game. Alright. Yeah, I think I'm gonna end it there. I was gonna go around till around 10 p.m. I appreciate the raid, Shark. Thanks for the host, Spiffy. Thanks for the follow. Or that was from yesterday. Sorry. Thanks for the follow, Blazing Fox, and thanks for the host, Blazing Fox. And thanks for stopping in, Foibles. It was fun chatting with everybody. It's fun chatting with you, Normal, and Spiffy and Blazing. And I'm pretty sleepy. I'm gonna make me a sandwich and I'm gonna post it in Sharky's Discord.
Winston's message wasn't meant for you. This isn't your fight.
I'll show you my artiste. Udabomb.com.
Papa told me after so many years of service, you
Have a
gave
good night,
Overwatch everything.
everybody. And I'll see you probably tomorrow. Take it easy.